Hello there, you're listening and seeing Stephen Michael. Exploring energy medicine, energy psychology, energy related stuff since the 70s. As many of you know, I've been involved as a scientist for quite some time and working with a variety of live energy control solutions. What I'm going to demonstrate on this video is a way of combining many different energy medicine and energy psychology techniques in ways where they go much faster, and these have been documented by doctors, scientists, and so forth, and yes, there are prescriptions for these exercises. This first video will show a very quick what can be done in 10 minutes. The next video will show some components in a little bit more detail. Essentially what you'll see me doing is you'll see me coordinating my breath with hand movements, removing what scientists would call a chaos pattern, or what regular people would call negative energy. You'll see some tapping or some bilateral stimulation. Whenever you do bilateral or multilateral stimulation, whether visually, auditorily, kinesthetically, or better yet, combined, it gets much, much stronger. You'll also see principles of pranic healing and qigong incorporated and supercharged to be much, much stronger than how they normally are. And I'll explain the different exercises as they go. So this is designed, this first thing, we'll do a little thing for about 8-9 minutes that just sort of summarizes, and then I'll show more details. So before I do anything, when I'm removing anything I want to clear, I focus on what the topic is. It can be as simple as stress energy, or it can be something detailed that may require what in energy psychology we call referential statements. So the first thing I do is sweeping, since most healing is not energizing, it's cleansing. So what you do to make pranic healing and qigong much, much stronger is you coordinate your hand movements and any colors with your breathing. So if you're working on stress or say PTSD, the color we work with would be bright electric violet. That's the wavelength that works on emotional. So if you're in a hurry and you're doing the self and you have to be done in a few seconds, what you do is you cleanse from the top down, and yes, you can cleanse the front and back at the same time and the sides. You do it with your breath. So you imagine being under a waterfall of beautiful, blinding electric violet light, like beautiful liquid light force. You inhale the energy in through your crown, and the first level you exhale out would be the forehead chakra and the back head chakra. Feel how I'm doing, see how I'm doing my hands? You pull the energy out. You imagine your fingers are extending deep inside. Put a glove around your hand the same color. Inhale, exhale. This is intuition, higher clairvoyance. Next level down, lower clairvoyance, will. It's your breath. So inhale, the crown, exhale. If you're clearing the sides, inhale, exhale. So it's a push-pull, inhaling with the breath, pulling with the hands. You're clearing the throat center, areas dealing with auditory stuff, negative self-talk, mental clarity, inhaling through the crown, exhaling out the front and back, throat chakra. Heart chakra stuff, inhale, you can do front and back, exhale. We also do secondary heart points, very, very key. The brachial plexus chakras, which are located halfway between the nipple and the collarbone, right here. Inhale, exhale, push the dirty stuff out. And what I do is I imagine the energy kinesthetically as well as visually, and auditorily I'm instructing clean soul energy in, and when I'm exhaling, I'm instructing to extract, expel, and to clear whatever needs to clear for me to be able to be functioning optimally and properly, or whatever the other phrase is, and I prefer to keep it in the positive. So solar plexus, which is where most stuff is, inhale, crown, exhale, front and back solar plexus. When you see me spinning a chakra in a counterclockwise direction as looked at, that is so that the chakra expels. So inhaling into the crown, exhaling navel, inhaling through the crown, exhaling sex center. Inhaling through the crown, I do the secondary basic chakra points, which are right here with the leg joints, the same points that you would push to stop bleeding in the leg in a first aid situation. And the basic, And for better grounding, through the knees. Exhaling out. I do the front and back. Do the ankles. You can do one inside and outside. Inhaling, exhaling out the other, or you can do both at the same time. And the feet. Inhaling in, general sweeping out. The next thing that's really good to do, in addition to cord cutting, bringing cords together, cut, pulling out, etc., so forth in the softball. Again, synchronize with the breath. Inhale energy in, push the cords out by the ribs and so forth. When you got the ribs, go ahead, cut them, plug them into a power source. Next technique is a way to rapidly make EFT, behavioral kinesiology, or any kind of tapping work better and faster. You do that by, number one, combining bilateral stimulation, just like you would do EMDR. Number two, instead of tapping the energy in deeper, you imagine you're sparking it outward. And number three, as your hands go down the body, you imagine like you're pulling a wetsuit off of the body. So it looks like this. You think of the trauma, you start at the top, right, left, as I'm doing, down the center line, down the inside of the legs, to the ankles, along the big toe, out. And I'm shaking my hands, snapping the fingers to break the energetic connection. Second pass, a little bit further out. See, I'm turning my hands, I'm flowing energy into my crown, out through my fingertips. Imagine pulling a wetsuit. See how alternate tapping, bilateral stimulation, all the way down, tops of the fingers, done. Outside, down. When you get under the arms, it's like doing a balloon, back and forth. Outside of the ankles, down. If you can, you do the back, your back, down the center. If you're not able to reach, pretend your arms are extending. Alternate tapping in between the vertebrae. Going between the legs, middle part, down. One more pass, a little wider. Again, I'm flowing energy out my palms and fingertips like a hose. And the outside. When you want to do the arms, which is a little stronger as well, if you're doing yourself, you could take your thumb and your pinky. You just tap inside and outside, thinking of the trauma, going down the meridians. Next techniques I want to cover are multilateral figure eights, some finger exercises, and some additional techniques that relate to moving the hands up and down the body. We're going to do that on part 2 of the video to keep it simple. This way you can follow along easily. Each of the individual things I'm doing a separate short video so that you can see, and then we'll post additional links as appropriate. Thank you. Namaste. Look forward to part 2.